A developer has been awarded 6 plots of land measuring 10.84 hectares in Seputeh. This in exchange for works to improve the Bohol flood retention pond. It stretches along the banks of the Kuyuh River just by the Kesas Highway where the Bohol retention pond is located. The developer would pay an additional 41.7 million ringgit at a premium for the 6 plots. This works out to around 69 ringgit per square foot. The project, which would involve a high-density housing project, is set to take off soon, but residents have strongly objected to the plan. They are questioning the local government's rationale behind their decision over the winning bid. The Bohol retention pond serves as a vital flood mitigation zone, but beyond that, locals view it as a green oasis, which is scarce in the city. Residents and elected representatives voiced concerns following reports that the area would be developed. They criticized the lack of transparency from authorities and argue that the cost of upgrading should be covered by the Kuala Lumpur City Hall and the Drainage and Irrigation Department instead. More importantly, plans of a housing project goes against the government's word to not permit development in areas deemed environmentally sensitive and prone to floods. Seputeh MP Teresa Kok is also among those against the project. Save Kuala Lumpur Chairman Datuk Mumtaz Ali says there is a lack of transparency from authorities. He warns that housing development in retention pond areas would lead to severe flooding.
I mean, to be fair to the residents, is because of history and track record, right? But on the other hand, I mean, there are things we need to do this, and I think it's always important. I mean, when I called them up last year as well, I was giving the briefings, I said it's important that you engage, right? But on the other hand, you know, there are residents who, whatever we tell them, they will always say the worst, they will fear the worst. But I understand because we have seen flood ponds, retention ponds before that were sold off, and you know, it was to be turned into development. It was not about for better administration and whatnot. But yeah, I mean, you know, hats off to the residents. I mean, we need to be on our guard because, you know, sometimes some things can happen very funnily, you know, without anyone at the top noticing, you know, maybe.
Frequent flash floods in the Klang Valley have become more devastating, particularly for residents who stay in low-lying areas. Natural Resources and Environmental Sustainability Minister Nik Nazmi Nik Ahmad says 111 townships and cities are at risk of flooding due to the rise in sea levels. Selangor, Penang, Kedah, Terengganu, Johor and Malacca will be particularly affected. Retention ponds are crucial for delaying floodwaters and minimizing flood risks. The Association of Water and Energy Research Malaysia (AWR) says that proper measures must be implemented during construction of any development project. Following this, Federal Territories Minister Dr. Zaliha Mustafa says upgrading the pond's capacity to mitigate floods is necessary. In managing residents' expectations, Zaliha is calling out to the developer to comply with requirements for traffic and environmental impact assessments, among others. Platinum Victory Sendirian Berhad is set to develop a new housing project in Kampung Bohol. A company official tells the New Straits Times that final project details are expected within 3 months. Checks with the company's Commission of Malaysia shows that Platinum Victory has an issued share capital of 10 million ringgit. At the end of 2022, the company reported a net profit of 134,342 ringgit with zero revenue and current assets totaling 11.56 million ringgit. As the debate continues, the call for transparency and responsible development grows louder. The upcoming public hearings set for May 20th will be a crucial platform for concerned citizens to voice their demands and safeguard their community.